This is The Filter on iHeart Podcasts Canada.
Tell me when you're ready, guys. Okay. You have paved the way for so many young artists to express themselves freely. A lot of people say even Taylor Swift is where she is because of you. So tell me, what was it like to be so courageous at such a young age?
Well, I didn't really equate it with courage. I equated self-expression with it being mandatory, in that if I wasn't writing or expressing in some form, and there's so many forms, that I would be depressed. I would not want to be here. So it's directly expression and writing and chronicling chapters of life for me is just part of being here. It's part of what makes it fun to be here, even when what I'm writing about is not so pleasant.
Is there any advice you would give your younger self?
I think for me it was more about the 90s was very insulated and isolating in terms of being a woman in a very, very patriarchal environment. So if I could have done anything differently, I would have made patriarchy go away, so I could have had more people around me who were supportive. But that's happening now, so we're good.
Okay. Trailblazers Award. So, first of all, you have done so much to help the community, to help the city, to help the world. If there was one thing you could tell somebody about all the causes that you care about, what would it be?
Don't wait to do your part. Because for a long time, I would tell myself that I didn't want to start the projects that I had or initiate whatever initiative I wanted to contribute to, whatever communal cause, because I wanted to have more of a platform and to be more powerful and to make more of an impact. But that's just not, you don't need to do that. You can do whatever you can, wherever you're at, whatever you got to contribute to like the communal general goodness, you know? So that's the advice that I would give. Whatever you're passionate about, anywhere that you see injustice, anywhere that you feel driven to do something to contribute to the good, don't think that you're not capable and that you're not powerful, because you fucking are.
Love that. Advice to your younger self, what would that be?
Oh my God.
I know, I was giving you the hard ones quick.
Drink more water. Pray. Meditate. But honestly, someone asked me this before, and I'm like, I'm not mad at where I am right now. You know, I'm happy about the balance that I'm learning to make more of a common thing in my life. Mm-hmm. But in order to appreciate that balance, I had to kind of go through my fuckery when I was a kid. Yeah. So I don't know if I would tell her anything that would change the course. I would tell her something to like ease her suffering, like pray more, meditate more, right. Eat better, like don't talk to certain people, things like that. But I'm happy at where I'm at, so I might just be like, keep going, bitch.
And if you could, like, of all the people you've worked with, has anyone given you, they just tapped me, so I'll hurry, but has anyone given you any, like lifelong advice, whether it was, like, you know, like, so many incredible artists?
It wasn't so much advice, but it was an affirmation. Kalani's manager, David Ali, once tapped me on the shoulder backstage and was like, doesn't it feel good to win being yourself? And that shit meant so much. It meant so much. It's just like affirmative, you know? Yeah. Keep being you, keep being authentic. Don't fold under pressure, and keep it moving. It was nice.
This is iHeart. Is that okay? Yeah, of course. First before we start, it's like you and I at Indie. I feel like Indie and A like years ago, and you were just starting, and then I came to iHeart, and now your career is like a tornado in the last year. Like, what has happened to you in this last year? It's unbelievable.
Yeah, it's truly been so incredible and exciting, and it's been a long journey, and every step of the way, I feel like I've learned so many things, and especially this year, like we've been touring a lot, and all these things have been happening, and I'm just I'm very honored to be here tonight, and I'm just happy to be in this moment right now.
Okay, so in the last year, what has been that holy shit moment for you?
I've had a couple in this last year. I mean, I think the Junos were definitely one. because the first time I was at the Junos with my first album, we won Album of the Year, and then same thing this year. So that was definitely a bit of a holy shit moment. But we've had a lot of those on tour as well. I played my first arena shows in Montreal, 4 nights in 4 arenas in Montreal, and that was one of the most beautiful and I think like rich moments of my career. Like it just felt like everything kind of came together in one beautiful musical moment that I had so much fun experiencing and sharing with these big crowds. So I'm just really grateful for a lot of things that have been happening this year. It's really been awesome.
Alanis. Has Alanis been someone who you've looked up to?
Absolutely. I am such a fan of her songwriting, and the way she approaches songwriting and storytelling has influenced my own music and my own approach to my songwriting. And so sharing the stage with her tonight is like both nerve-wracking and also such a huge honor.
Advice to your younger self?
Advice to my younger self, just follow your instincts always. Everyone will try to put you in different boxes, and your instinct always leads you to the right place. Like it's hard to do, but you have to follow your instincts always.
I was like, she's an alt girl. You're like this rock girl, and now you're like an everything girl. Right? Like really?
Thank you. Yeah. I mean, and it's been a journey, truly.
Yeah, it's amazing. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much.
Okay, so your book, a lot about mental health. I want to ask, how do you stay grounded?
I stay grounded because I think I bow to life seriously, but I don't take myself too seriously. Hope not. I'm a loving person. I connect with humans. I want to be close to other people. I want to build authentic bonds and relationships. I think that by sharing our stories, by being vulnerable and open-hearted, we stay grounded, and that's good for your mental health. And you know, friendship is said that it's there to keep us healthy. The people who live longer and wiser and in good health are the ones who have amazing social, connections and support. So it's so important that we stand together and have each other's backs.
I know you're friends with Chantal Kreviazis.
Yeah.
I know Rain really well. So every time I see you with Chantal, I think, she has. Here's a question. Top 3 Canadian. This is going to put you on the spot.
You're killing me now.
Top 3 Canadian artists, female.
Okay, some of my top favorite female artists in Canada. I'm going to say my friend Chantal Kreviazis for sure. Alanis for sure. And Charlotte Cardin is doing so well. And I listened to her music, years ago. And I'm just so proud as a sister to see her grow like this and to represent us so well in her authenticity and voice. So there's many more. The list goes on.
I know. Advice to your younger self. What would it be?
Advice to my younger self. Stop running. You're just running backwards. Slow down.
Oh, that's really good.
My dad used to tell me this. So, and he I lost him like a month ago. So these words resonate like through my whole soul. And we're such in a rush for everything, but when we slow down, we love better because the language of love is slow. So let's slow down.
How are you?
I'm wonderful. How are you today?
Good. Impact Award. Unbelievable.
Thank you.
I know that's what life is all about. It's about giving back, and you give back all the time. Of all the causes that you're close to, what is one thing that you wish you could tell people that they don't know?
Ooh, you're coming with the $50 questions right now. I think if I first right thought is that it's bigger than us, and that somebody did it for us. I've never said that before, and that's what comes to my mind and my heart. Wow. So do it for someone else.
That's incredible. I love that. Wow. Okay, there are a lot of amazing women here, including yourself.
Thank you.
So tell me, is there a woman in your life who has made you who you are today? Whether it's even in working with you or someone else.
Right now, I feel so emotional. Tonight I'm going to be giving some people their flowers that they probably didn't realize how much they impacted me. And there's a woman named Anne-Marie Smith. She used to be the general manager at Warner Chappell Music. She signed me in 1998. I had nothing to my name, my 3 songs. And she heard me sing at the Bamboo at Queen Street. She asked me, did you write those songs? I said, yes. And she said, I want to give you a publishing deal. I had no idea what that was. And fast forward all these years later, she's not in the business in that way. But if it hadn't been for Anne-Marie Smith, I wouldn't realize I was a songwriter.
What kind of advice would you give to your younger self?
My younger self. I tell my younger self. I tell my younger self. Your body type, people are gonna buy. They're gonna want to buy your booty one day. So don't worry about the people bullying you.
Yes, wow, that's incredible. Alanis Morisette.
Yeah.
Okay, so has she been somebody that you've listened to, that you've cared about, been an inspiration to you?
100%. So 1996 Chevy Cavalier, riding, listening to Jagged Little Pill, and actually, it's a true story, parking, and I was in my neighborhood, and people were looking at me strange, like, how is this black girl listening to that music? And I was singing, it's like singing hard, right? And I realized that I was special as a result of learning her music. Yeah.
Well, I have loved what you have done, whether it's musically or the impact you've had as a person on society. So thank you so much. I love this. I love this. I love that I put a jean jacket on. I'm like, I love that you come the way you want to come. You show up. How are you doing?
Thank you. I'm doing great. I'm doing great. How are you?
I'm good.
Good.
So tonight, is there anybody that you're super excited to see, to be around, who's impacted you?
Alanis Morisette, for sure. I mean, that was one of my first cassettes, actually, for Christmas. My mom saved a bunch of money. Actually, I think my sister bought it for me. My sister saved money, which is very crazy for her to buy me a gift like that, and bought me Jagged Little Pill, so.
I had the same cassette, so I still
have it. Do you still have it?
I do not have any cassettes left. I don't know where they've gone, but I do not have any of them left.
I have an old school, like a 560 SL Mercedes, and so they still take cassettes, so I keep all my cassettes. It's pretty crazy. Yeah.
I love it. Okay, let's talk about advice you would give to your younger self. We're asking everyone that.
Be patient, and it's not that big of a deal. He'll call you.
Okay, so I'm expecting you to tell me about your career and music. No, he'll call you. But
the thing is, sometimes he doesn't. But you'll get a good song out of it, so it's okay. It's okay.
Yeah, heartbreak is good because you'll feel better eventually. You'll do something you love, and then you'll write a song about it.
Absolutely.
How many of your songs are about heartbreak?
Almost every single one.
Really?
or it's about like I don't need him anymore, or just like my own discovery and.
I've always wanted to know, if you write a song about heartbreak and then you get over the person, do you still want to sing that?
Yeah, but it's just now it's like kind of relates to a moment, and sometimes it kind of reflects how you feel about someone new. I don't know. It's you kind of like dissociate yourself with it. Yeah.
Is there a woman who has really impacted your career?
Joan Jett, Judy Garland. Those kinds of artists.
You cross genres too, right? Like you're not. That's one thing I love about you is that I started playing you in indie rock here in Toronto, and then you're all over the place. Like that's huge. And do you think about that when you write music?
I just make stuff that feels authentic to myself and what I listen to, and I don't know. I just try to have fun with it, and I love rock and roll. That's funny. I said Joan Jett, and I said I love rock and roll. That's funny.
Perfect.
I'm a super nerd.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
How are you?
I'm doing good. I'm so excited to be here tonight.
A Rising Star Award?
Rising Star!
What?
I was so shocked when I found out. And iHeart broke the news to me. It was iHeart and Billboard. I was like, no way.
No way.
Yeah.
That is unbelievable.
Yeah, no, I'm really happy to be here tonight.
We have a mutual friend, and without getting into it, I know that you've been a very good friend to her, and I just feel like you are a good person.
Oh, thank you. That's so sweet.
Like you give back.
I really treat people the way you want to be treated. Yeah. And everyone needs somebody in their life, so I hope I'm that person to other people.
Yeah.
So yeah.
Okay, I know we're all going to talk about that moment that Katy Perry put on her Instagram. Because it's just, I'm sure, did that change her life, that specific moment?
I think it was like I was literally in shock. I found out with the rest of y'all that she was going to say that in a crowd of other people. So it was insane and definitely brought a bunch of attention to me. Mm-hmm. People were like, who is this pop girl? Who's this girl that she's written with that she hasn't with in the past? So we love Katy in this camp, and I'm excited for just more more music to come out from her.
I love it. Quick advice to your younger self.
Yeah, keep going, stay on path, like you're gonna get to where you want to go, and it's okay to not do everything. You know, like you don't have to be out at every party, you don't have to do every little thing. Like you could just focus on the craft, and then maybe you move to LA even earlier. Yeah.
I love that. Amazing. Have a great evening.
Oh, thank you so much.
Thank you so much. Nice to meet you.
You too.
So you've written so many songs.
Yes.
So of all the songs you've written, what was the one song that you wrote that you wish you kept?
You know, I wrote a song for Krisha Turner called Don't Call Me Baby back in the day. This is like my first song that I've ever written. And it was originally called Don't Call Me Angie. And so it was really close to me, you know, when I first wrote it. But then when I heard her on it, I was like, oh, she sounds so good. So, yeah, none of them are really... I'm good with like letting my babies go, you know, and having other artists like fully realize them.
Of all the artists that have like sang your songs, what's the coolest? Like, who's the coolest artist?
Probably Lady Gaga, just because she's. Oh, thank you. I just heard Priyanka shout me out, so. Yeah, probably Gaga, I would say, just because she's such an icon, and I've really looked up to her my whole life. Well, not my whole life, but.
Of course.
My adult life, you know? So yeah, and Nicki Minaj, another incredible woman.
Do you have like any interaction with her, or have you?
Yeah, I've seen her. So a lot of the artists that I've written for, I write in the studio and then it gets placed with them after, so I don't always work intimately with them, but like, you know, Priyanka's album that's about to drop, I worked with her very closely, so it just depends on like the project and the artist.
Right.
But for Gaga, it happens with me and Zed, and then we took the song to her after.
Okay, advice you would give your younger self?
Are you gonna watch the show?
Yes.
Okay, because the song that I wrote and then the song I'm performing is really to my younger self, and the two dancers are representing my younger self, so it's like a very like poignant question. But it would probably be to just like not change anything, because I feel like you can only learn by growth, you know, and you can only learn by being in it and learning from your experiences and making mistakes. Yeah.
Thank you so much.
Thank you.
Thanks for listening to The Filter, an iHeart Podcasts Canada production. Subscribe to The Filter wherever you get your podcasts.